Hi, how is everybody doing today? It is the best day to be the sub of mine. Alright, yes, it's subs no best for November. So, if there are any subs present in here, just take the mic and order me around. If not, I am prepared for working on the comic. Hi Dyer, welcome to the stream. I'm stuck with you. If it is my fate, I will gladly accept it. Welcome, how are you doing? Just excuse me as I'm putting my badges. No, I was reminded of it as soon as I saw my absolutely bare upper left torso area. That's good, that's good. Okay, so yeah. So it's subs time. If I remember correctly, I think that previously I was very like loose about who can give ideas or not, and I believe you also chipped in a bit. So yeah, so if you want to provide something to continue with the theme of furry calendar, then yeah, then please do. If not, I have the whole page of the comic to do, because yesterday I was at the work event and I only came back like 3 hours ago. No, not even 3 hours ago, like 2 hours ago I came back home from the work event, so I had no time to draw anything with a big mustache. Well, scalies or like furries made out of, anthropomorphic animals made out of animals with scales like reptiles and fish. They are a hit or miss when I drew them. Worms has a mustache. It does. And I haven't drew walrus yet for this. Yeah, changing the topic. If you can decipher my messy handwriting, you get a little bit of sneak peek onto what the next page is about. Hi Milo, what you doing here? I missed you, and from what I've heard, you haven't missed me. So yeah, so okay, November Warriors. I'm glad, because for the October there were no subs present. For the the October sub no best was postponed because it was very near to the All Saints Day, which is a very family celebration in here. But in the stream afterwards, there was just everybody was tired, dry for ideas. I understand. So October we pretty much skipped. I am very inclined to fill in the October character somewhere in the nearest time, as soon as someone will give some ideas. Okay, so warriors, let me get Google. Let me get Google and let me And let me try worms. Yes. Okay, this one. Okay, this one will be the best. Will be a great reference. Oh yeah. Yeah, in the let it be in downloads. It's in WebP format. Oh my god, I need to change it for PNG. Yes. And now I can move you. Can I put you there or not? Bruh. Sometimes I hate that when I change the extension, I still cannot use the picture as provided. I need to open it in Paint, copy, and only then paste it. Yes. So yeah, I have reference. So, what the walrus would do? What is the scenery? What is the vibe? What is he wearing? You know? And stuff. Okay, let me just disable that. Because yeah, it's some know best. Its followers know best currently. So yeah, what I ice fishing. Oh, okay. Okay, I have an idea. Let me just check from my previous subs know best, because September was Guy, October would be Gal, so November would be Guy. Okay, and now I need to check what direction they should face. So February was in that direction, March in that, okay, April, May, June, July, August, September. Although March I can switch. Okay, so it's like okay. I think I got it. It's pretty split in between. So yeah, so let's get going. So how was everybody's day? How was everybody's weekend? So yeah, so as I said, like I was at the work event. So I was at the work event, and you know, as always at the work events, there are many things happening. Well, the first thing is the first thing that happened was the fact that we need to I think okay. I'm scattered brain. I'm sorry, I'm really scattered brain. So one thing I think is that the warriors should have something warm, have maybe some like warm like scarf or something, a jacket, this kind of thing. Oh, and I tend to give them more human-like feet and legs. Right, this was what I was doing, if I remember correctly. Yeah, more human-like still. Yeah, more human proportions, okay. But maybe without shoes. Maybe without shoes. Just some pants. I don't know if walrus have tails. Do they have tails? Oh, and he will be sitting on these little small fisher chairs that are like this. And there will be the a little ice pit, and there will be the fishing rod in here. Let me just move it around. So and some already like dead flowers, maybe some snow laying around. Well, dead flowers. What I'm talking about? Trees with no leaves. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So, if you have any input onto the colors of the clothes of the warriors, feel free to put them up in the chat. In the meantime, I will be taking care of the background. So yeah, so first thing first, well, is the reason why we wanted to have a little bit of work party with, you know, meeting the new people who came to work in my workplace, and combine it with like more like elaborate training. So my workplace decided to give us the first aid training, and it was really cool. Like the paramedics that were conducting the training, they were really nice, and really could convey everything well. And they had a really, you know, I had first aid trainings a couple times, but I've never seen the equipment they had. But truth to be told, the last first aid training I had was like when in the high school, maybe. So yeah, probably high school. So yeah, it might get really outdated. So this is why I'm like, okay, let's go. And yeah, and some things that I was taught in school were things like you know, deemed like not giving not having an impact and significant impact compared to not doing them. So for example, when I was at school and someone fainted because of the sudden blood blood loss in the to brain, sudden like sudden oxidized, no, not oxidized, oxygen, not oxygen free, oxygen full blood from brain. So for example, when someone fainted because of that, I was told at school that you can lift the legs up, and it will help flowing with the blood flow from legs to the head. It is now proven that it doesn't have any significant reasoning, and to some people it can harm because rising up legs squashes the other organs and makes makes breathing harder because they are squashed. They are squashed by other organs, which are squashed by the hip movement. So I learned that, and I also learned that if you don't know how to do mouth to mouth, it is not necessarily if you don't know how to properly give mouth to mouth in order to be effective, in order for it to be effective, or you cannot, due to different reasons, maybe hygienic reasons, or or stress or other reasons, you don't want to give mouth to mouth. It is fine if you don't, which is super strange for me because I was told that CPR is, heart massage and mouth to mouth, and there is you should do both of them. But yeah. Ooh. Oh my god, I hope it's nothing serious, Dinosaur. Yes, I had the first aid course, first aid training again, and I was just explaining that how many things like changed since I last had first aid training in high school, like more than 10 years ago. So it was like, it is needed, to repeat this stuff every once in a while. Like I learned, which is really important, and it sucks that it's not like being more publicly known. You know how you have, at least here in EU, we have the European alert number 112, and you can rely anything to 112, but in medic situations, the 112 operator will actually relay your your call to 999, which is the old alert number for paramedics. And what will happen if you say something to 111, 112, and they will be like, okay, it is a medical emergency, I am relaying your call. It's pretty much, you need to explain the same thing to 999, so it's more important, so it's better to call 999 right away instead of 112 in case of medical emergency. If there is any other emergency, like when you need emergency with, you need to call the police or call the fire department, like 112 is okay. But in case of medic reasons, 999 should be better, and this number is not closed. It's not closed despite 112 being right now the main number for every emergency, because, as I was told, in order to be a 999 operator, you need to be like certified paramedic, and you need to be have the higher education in medicine, which the 112 operators do not have to have any of that. So it was very important. So it is very important for the 999 operators to have the knowledge backing in order to instruct, which 112 operators did not. So they had to rely, which prolongs the process of, you know, asking for help and asking for ambulance, which is not great because every minute counts, you know. So yeah, they are updated, as I was told, like every 5 years or so. So in my case, it was me being in high school, it was like already 12 years ago. So yeah. Yeah, and right now, like at least in Poland, it's starting to be more noticeable. But right now, they are really paramedics are really we're also focusing on using the automatic defibrillator. Right now, in many like institutions, I know it's in my institution there is for sure one of the defibrillators, but there is in metro stations. Maybe some banks may have one. It is costly, and it is costly and not yet solidified in law that every like workspace or school has to have one. But it is, but it is the device that has the small suitcase with the battery and the electrode that you need to put on someone's body. It does the electrocardiogram, to change the heart's activity, check the heart's activity, and can administer, the shocks, like as you see in the hospitals, to administer the shocks. And it can be, it is like proven to be helpful. So it should be actually, so it is with how often these devices are appearing, how much recently they are appearing in various institutions. It is also like nice to know how to use them. And yeah, and we had the training mannequins, and this time they were really like they were packed with electronics. Like they were checking how deep you were pushing, how what was your tempo, how was your tempo throughout the testing time, how deep was the where each the pushes. And hey, this girl got perfect tempo on her group. So yeah. So yeah, hopefully I won't be eaten by stress and will be actually able to help someone. Why is my chat not working? I just noticed that I don't see messages in the chat in the stream window. This is not nice. Yeah, and yeah, they told us so that you can break ribs or break or fracture the line in here. Oh my god, in Polish it would be called the bridge. I don't remember the English name. I need to make more anatomical studies to actually learn this, learn at least the common names. of some body parts, because oh my god, my body parts knowledge and vocabulary is like from elementary school. So so yeah, but yeah, you need to do this at a good place with a good pace and with a proper strength, and yeah, there's the whole technique, but I did this, yay. But yeah, these ones were packed with electronics, and it was nice. And then the second part was dealing with and okay, big trigger warning for explaining blood, explaining stuff around blood and wounds and stuff. So yeah, so we had the part for how to, hi sir, go get there, welcome to the stream. So we had a part where we had we were like shown how to use how to treat various wounds, and they actually had a very cool, I haven't seen this before, they had a very cool mannequin hand with various lashes and incisions which had tubes inside, so you could have a fake blood canister connected to tubes and actually pump the blood out of the fake wounds and go and treat this. So yeah, and you need so much strength for that, oh my god, especially for the wounds that are more that have more pressurized blood, because the blood is really like spurting high from the wounds, and you need to properly and very hardly clamp pretty much the place above the wound, so to stop the blood flow to the parts that was hurt. And oh my god, this is hard. Like, I was trying to rope around the hand over the wound, and it was like I was like roping and trying to really hard, but I have zero strength in my arms. I am doing well with pushing, okay, but not with pulling the rope and tightening the rope around anything. No. But yeah, but they were like really like I haven't seen training models like this like at all. So it was really cool. So yeah. Yeah, but in the law is written in a way that you are not being punished for causing some point of distress, hurt, or damage in property, as long as it was done when you were administrating help. So any kind of, did you know that in the automatic defibrillators there are actual razors, shaving razors, because you need to have a skin-to-skin contact with electrodes that are in the defibrillator, and hair are not good for that. So in some cases you would need to shave someone real quick you know. So yeah, so this is one part of the damage that might be done if someone is really proud of their chest hair. But yeah, but in cases like, oh, you need to, for example, rip someone's clothes, or, you know, use someone's phone, you know, cut the clothes or something like that, you know, the law is helping in that case. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. Oh my god, it was thought that especially women are like victims in that, because when women falls and needs to have a CPR administrated, you would need to, you know, take off the bra, and, you know, people have like uh, social discomfort that comes from it, because they, for example, don't want to be accused of assault, or they don't want to expose. You know, so it is like, it was like quite a little bit of a grim statistic that was shared, that in case of the cardiac arrest, or, you know, in case of any cases where you stop breathing and your the blood is not flowing properly to the brain, so the breathing stops, the heart also may or may not stop. You know, it's, yeah, that there is like a psychological blockade to administer help for women because of that. Okay, do I have any fancy brushes that have trees? I believe Sam had the branch brushes. They would be very handy, but I don't think I converted them yet to Clip Studio Paint, because Sam's brushes are in Photoshop, and yes, you can use them in Clip Studio Paint, but first you need to convert them first to the proper format. This is also a good tip for you, Sir Go Getter, because I know you're also using Clip Studio Paint. So yeah, so for example, this is Sam's leaf brush, number 1 and number 2, but I don't need them right now. I want to have the leafless trees right now. Oh, I have some, okay, I have some okay, I have some faint evergreen trees, so I can put them in the back with lower opacity to build up the air perspective. The air perspective occurs like everywhere you go, but everywhere you look at, because the air, when it's in its liquid form, is slightly tinted blue. So this is why the further something is, the more blue it appears to us, because there is a greater thicker layer of air between our eye and the object you're looking at. Okay, so this is why so many this is why objects, the further they get, like forests, trees, hills, they appear a little bit more blue and the further they are because of that. And this technique is used for ages, especially for people who do landscape, for people who paint landscapes. It's that the furthest objects have a bit of blue tint in it, but this knowledge can be used to, for example, I simplify it to the further something is, the more it has the color of the far background. It doesn't matter if your sky is blue, your sky can be freaking, let me show you. Right now, the sketch with those far trees already looks like perspective. The sketched trees are darker and less blue. The trees that I've just painted are further away and they appear lighter, more hazy, less defined, and slightly more blue. But it will work as well if the background was a different color. So for me, it comes to the simplification of the further something is, the more it is the color of the sky. Usually the sky is the furthest plane on your the furthest plane of your picture, but it could be the wall, it could be the light. It can work. Let me turn everything off to give you an example. It could be, for example, if you have if you have, for example, some artificial backgrounds, like, you know, you have some lab doors, like a corridor or something like that, and it's this like very unnatural like unnatural white or like slightly off-white glow, or like even in a freaking, okay, let's go with cyberpunk, let's go with magenta. You have a freaking magenta glow, okay? But everything else, for example, let's go with purple. Everything else is purple. Because of how often these lights start occurring, you know, they go in here, they go in here, 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 here. You may see that there is magenta everywhere in the back. So you can use it to your advantage to tint everything further behind with your color, and it may reflect on a further some elements further down, you know, like, I don't know, some grids or whatnot. But the gist is that the further something is, like this door, it is more in the color of, it is more of the color of the background, of the far plane. We don't know exactly which color it is. It can be white. It can be, for example, a very dark tunnel with a little bit of, okay, it can be like, oops, wrong layer. It can have some artificial lighting, but in the further away is like an opening of like light blue or something like that. So this works in no matter what color your environment is. I, for example, use this. Wait, give me a moment. I, for example, use this in another example. Let me show you of closed section of closed environment here. It is Never Too Late, chapter 4, page 17, in which I wanted to show that one character is much further and it's like kind of hidden in the background than the other one. So you see Felicia here, Ernest in the very closest to the camera in the foreground, and Felicia in the background, only illuminated by the window. So I wanted to have her less visible, so this is why I used a couple of tricks. First off, I made her line art slightly, let me no, it's not for the line art. It is for the line art. No, this one is for the line art. I made her line art slightly lighter than Ernest's ones. So for example, this is like regular black line art that I am using. I just put a bit of the color of the wall on top, so her lines are lighter and more gray, so they are in color more like the line art of the background itself. And also for her regular main colors, I also put, you see, this is Felicia's normal colors from her reference sheet, and this is after applying a little bit of the background color to make her more like blending into the background, because I wanted her silhouette, I wanted for her to be like very mysterious and not shown at the first, not seen at the first sight. So yeah, so this was very, so these are some tricks that I made her more like the furthest plane that is being seen. Of course, there is a little bit of the sky, but in this aspect, the blue would, in this aspect, the furthest plane I assumed is the furthest wall of these supply closet. So yeah, yeah, I don't want to save that. And okay, so yeah. Yeah, so this is what I will be doing today. Let me just bring back my trees and my sketch and start building the trees, making them more opaque. So right now the next layer should have darker trees, so I'm setting the layer to be more opaque. Let me now find some brush. Oh, there's another. Ooh, more detailed brush. Yes, more detailed tree. Let me have them a tad bigger. Ooh, okay, too big. Yeah. And for example, while this brush in itself, it's a little bit wispy and not super opaque, because the color in its full opacity is this dark. So I am inclined to leave them as that. New layer, and let me find a brush for trees with regular leaves. I have for treetops. I have for grass. And I have for leaves, but I don't have anything for the... Yeah, these trees have leaves on. Okay, this is just some texture. Treetops, foliage. No, maybe in the... No. Okay, let me figure something out. So I hope it helped you, Sir Go-Getter. Okay, worst case scenario, I will just take some, lower the opacity of this layer and just try and freehand some of the trees. Yeah, that's good. Absolutely feel free, because I know you love to ask questions, and I absolutely don't mind it because I love answering questions regarding that. So yeah, so if you have any questions right now about the process or about anything special or anything in particular that you are interested about, then yeah, feel free to intercept me and take me out of my head for a moment. Okay, so let's next make the next layer, and this will be the biggest trees closer to the closest to the viewer. So more branches, a lot more branches are being visible because they will be more detailed. I might add at this point a little bit of lower shrubbery with some watercolor paint, or with some watercolor brush, or with some textured brush. It's okay. So these three stamps may be as detailed or as simplistic as you want. I don't want to put too much of effort into the background, especially since I am an hour in and I for sure talked a lot during these 1 hour. So I want a little bit of snow. So I will show you the trick that Sam was showing one stream. I believe it is still somewhere in Sam's clips on Twitch, but I will show it as well. So you have nice branches and you want to put some snow on them. So what you do is you duplicate this layer, move it a bit higher, and change its color to white, or for whatever your color for snow is. Then you erase the bits that make no sense. For example, in here, it doesn't make sense that the snow is on a vertical plane unless there was like a big storm and the snow just clumped onto the bark. And if you have any like jagged edges, for example here, you can take the brush and soften them a little bit. Or just add a little bit more snow here or there, just, you know, clean this up. Yeah, so it's really fast, it's really reliable. If you do enough like cleaning, you can then put some shading on it, some gradient, etc, etc. It looks really well, and for how quick it is, it's just a good method. For example, I don't need this here. I will leave just a little bit on the very tippy top. But yeah, but full credit for this tip goes to Sam. I am just repeating this to you. So, and there you have snowy branches on top. Okay, one thing I want to do is how you can use the other brushes in order to do foliage. So for example, what I like to do is to use my trusty watercolor brush. I have a brush for watercolors. I nickname it shading brush because I usually use it for shading, and it's a brush with slightly with more wispy watercolor texture and slight change in hue. And with a little bit variation to colors, so I can just scribble it, make some small round shapes. So right now it looks like, in order to build up the lower foliage, you know, bushes and bushes and more bushes. The other brush that is good for that is the Gauze Cloud and the Gauze brush. It has this like little cross hatching, but from the from further away the ghost cloud looks like, you know, like intertwined branches, so it can also, it's like nice low opacity brush, and you can't go wrong with it. Okay, so next layer will be the layer of the snow. So let's make the snow layer. I use a slightly more textured brush because, well, first off, this is how I roll. Second off, it looks a little bit more natural because, you know, the ground is not even. There might be some disturbance, like some footsteps and stuff. You know, what are the animal prints, animal paw prints? Yeah. And to give a little bit of interest, ooh, okay, so I'm putting this layer at 60. Let's put it at 69. Duplicate this. Maybe I will flip it as well. Yeah. So to add a little bit more depth. Oh, it looks nice. Okay, happy accident, but I am taking it. I am absolutely taking it. Okay. Next layer, I actually wanted to add multiply layer and to add a little bit of shading to this otherwise very white and very bland snow. So a little bit of shading in here, and it will help with dividing the bank of the lake with the icy white rest of the lake. So yeah, so let's take this bit. Okay, wait for a moment. So I want this to be an icy, slightly covered in snow lake. So right now I will put white all over it. Okay, let's bring back my layers so I know what I'm doing. And let me start with adding some texture. I have a brush that is named I think I had it named like crystal. I'm looking for it. Yeah, crystal fragment. I think I downloaded this from somewhere, from the clip store. from the asset store. Let me take now, so okay. Okay, and now duplicate this layer again, but let's put it on let's put it on multiply, and then multiply again because I need to build up shading. So shading underneath the character because you need some shadow in here, and shading here. Okay, I fear that I will work on this shading on this bit on a separate layer, because I need a little bit of line art. I think this will help the picture. Okay, and now let's duplicate this again. Okay, just let me erase this and erase this part because let me add a little bit of I want to add a little bit of variation so to the eyes. So let's use an add option. Okay, and as one last thing, let's use soft light and I wonder what color I should use. Let's try with this one, and if I won't like it, okay, no, it's okay. Okay. So let's move on to the character. To the little walrus guy. Let's maybe turn off the texture and the background so I can work on the character without any problems. Let's give him a little bit of big round fingers, and okay, this thumb might look okay. Any inquiries about the outfit? color. God damn it, I wanted to make the... wait. I wanted to make the slightly humanoid foot, but at the same time not. So... let's try like this. I would think after drawing 1000 hands and feet, I would be slightly better at drawing those. Well, human feet? Maybe yeah, furry feet. Probably not. Okay, I need to say it looks #good enough. Quote Sam. Quote the classic. And I think I will do the mustache on a separate layer. Okay, let me add some details like seams. Yeah, okay. Now let's make this one. I'm trying to keep the lines parallel to one another, not doing any fancy perspective in here. Okay, and time for the fishing rod. Which honestly I don't think I've ever drawn a non-simplified fishing rod. Oh my god, I need a ruler. Okay, I think I will do the okay. And now, oh, yeah. Now let me take the color for the mustache and just do the mustache this way. I find it funny when some people have such a big mustaches that you can see their lips. I find it just really amusing. Okay, clean up for line art. Let me save. Okay, if nobody is saying any color, I might just dress him in like blue or brown, because I think this would be like colors that would fit the overall color story. Of the picture, so yeah. ones are on top. Okay, quick. Okay, time for the flat colors. Yay! So, how I do flats is that I usually put everything in gray, and then I'm clipping the layer to this layer my flat colors. So this guy is that color, so let's do it like that. This is the color for the teeth. We'll use this color for the fishing rod. What color for this? This color for the chair. I know there are some elements that are not supposed to be colored, like for example here this bit which is supposed to be, you know, the background color, but I will clean this up really soon. Like so. This bit should also not be colored, and the eyelids in the fishing rod. Okay. Okay, so I want this. Let's do this. Let's make the cap red. Like you see those like kiddies, like kids. Like those plastic. Oh my God, what's the English name for the thermos? Okay, yeah, this plastic kiddies thermos. I want this one. Okay, drinking. Okay, is there a color? Okay, there is a slight color variation in the skin fur. I don't know. What are you made of? Is it your skin or is it your fur? Either way, you get this painted. I know it's splotchy and I'm going over some areas that are not yet painted, but if I select right now the wand with refer to editing layer only, I have only selected everything that is within the color that I clicked and the color that is within like 6 tolerance gap. Since I don't want this color, I will just select tolerance to 0, and if I filled everything properly with one color, I should have all the skins selected. So now, when I have my skin blotches layer, I am selecting on the layer properties, create layer mask, and it creates a mask based on my selection. No, wrong layer. Wrong layer. Here. Yeah, and you see everything where I went over the line disappeared, just like that. Okay, blue. I think I will use the blue from the blue in here. Slightly lighter. Ooh, maybe I will give him the oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice. And some brown pants, but maybe lighter brown, so they are not like his body, maybe even slightly orange. Yeah, I think this looks great. So now with the line art layers, okay. At this point, I can eat my ref layer, eat my sketch layer, bring back the background, check how it is looking, because I want this rod to not go over the okay, time for shading. So multiply layer, bring the shading color, bring my shading brush, and let's go. And just very loosely. I'm not very concerned with the shading right now. I'm using slightly bigger brush than it's needed. Okay, and now there are a couple problems. One of the problem is that the rod is not visible. I will try and use stroke. Close, but at the same time not. And the other thing is I might bring a little bit of darkness around the character. So let me get a little bit of blue that I use for eyes. Okay. To brush it a little bit to make the background even like more wispy. I think this might work. Soft light is okay, but I will make it not that. Not that visible, and I will I put it on in the color blending mode, but normal blending mode also works well. And I think I will put it at normal. By this, the character is now more with the background. The composition when it comes to colors is more cohesive. What else I can do? Soft light is done. The only thing I do, and I noticed, is that I usually put, let me show you what I want to do and what I mean. When you have flats on top of, first off, I need to clean you. When you have this gray color and you have flat colors on top, you sometimes see, it depends on what tool you use to fill in the base gray color. In my case, I am left with these artifacts, these artifacts, which, especially after applying the flats, it looks a bit sloppy, especially against dark backgrounds. It just, bugs me. So what I like to do is when I'm flatting with this gray layer, I am also using the regular bucket with refer other layers with area scaling to 2, and I click with transparency somewhere outside of the layer, somewhere outside of the gray area. I just did this. Let me turn everything back on, and you see no artifacts. This is something I use because in some cases, on some comic pages, it is very visible, and it looks kind of crappy. So yeah, so my signature, let's put it somewhere. Let's put it right here. Yes, and it's done. Oh my god, yay, we did this, so yeah, so now export as PNG. Subs no best November. Yay! So yeah, we finished. It looks, I like this guy. He is chilling, you know, doing what he loves. And yeah. Skin with a lot of blubber under. Yeah. Enjoying the winter. And one can. Especially if you have like lots of fat keeping you warm, you know. So you don't need to care about anything else. So yeah. So right now I did everything that was planned this stream. So I think I will end it right here, right now. So I will post it on Twitter really soon. Like I think as soon as I finish the stream, and then yeah, I will do something else before I need to go to bed, because oh my god, I need to get up at 6 to go to work tomorrow. I forgot how to do this, which is painful. So yeah, so thank you all for watching. Thank you for chatting, lurking, and spending some time with me. Next stream is the last stream of November, and I will be doing some acrylic painting. So yeah, so I have this big canvas. How big it is? It is like 30 or 35 by 35 centimeters. And yeah, I haven't finished this. It looks finished, but it's not. I think I can do this better with what I can do right now, and yeah, it's time to do this. So I will set up my easel. I have the easel that I can set up on a desk, so I will set up my easel. I will set up my palette, and I will use the paints, acrylics mostly, maybe tempera, but mostly acrylics for that picture, and also for the one in here. But I need to retrieve it first, and also for this picture. So I will try and do both of these, or at least set out to do both of these, like in my free time after work and after working on a comic, to do them at the beginning of the December. Yeah. So yeah. So thank you for coming once again. Thank you for watching, chatting, lurking, and spending some time with me. I hope you stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all next stream. So goodbye.